Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Building Empires Network. And this is actually our first episode for 2023. So happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You got your special host, Andrea Cruz and Miss Christina Franco.
Hello, hello.
And I just want to say, Christina Franco came in with a different style today. She came nice with a nice furry purse with red.
My bingo bag.
I love it with some red heels. I'm like, okay, I didn't get the memo.
No.
I know today was just a regular day.
No.
But I love it.
Thank you.
It's all about the effort.
Yeah. Well, I went through my closet and I kind of purged. I just went through it and I said, you know what? I'm just tired. I'm tired of looking tired. And I was like, you know what, the hell with it. And I've had a lot of clothes. I just didn't wear them. And so it was like, well, I mean, it was so bad. Some of my damn pants had the little dust line on it on the hanger.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get rid of stuff. I mean, I had shoes that didn't fit because, you know, your foot, your plantar changes and it's like shit. So I was like, no more tennis shoes unless I'm going to wear it with an outfit. I changed my closet.
But I love that because I'm sure that's something you look forward, right? Like,
yeah.
Because in your mind, you're putting like, hey, I'm going to dress different.
Yeah.
Or I want to be different, a different style. And that what gives you like purpose to wake up.
Right.
Like, hey, I'm going to, like, what outfit am I going to wear today?
Yeah.
So that's something good for people to start off. Like, what different habits, and that's why in the new year, a lot of people are like, hey, let's change. But what different habits am I going to do? What different things? And once you have those like set, you have like, you look forward the next day because you're like, I want to see if I'm actually going to do them.
Right.
So that's good. Good for you, Christina.
Thank you. One of the main things is everybody knows that back in, what was it? It was May. It was in May. I had this lipo procedure done. I took out a lot of the excess fat that I had. So anyway, and it was like, you know, I had a lot of fat in my back. I had a lot of fat in my stomach. So, you know, you're in this business profession and you really want to look professional. And then what ended up happening was no matter how hard I really tried and I had the clothes and I would buy them and say, you know what, I'm going to buy it because when I do, you know, lose the weight or when I do this or that, you know, I'm going to be able to dress like that. So, I had even called Jesus. I was so excited. So I went and I was able to fit into 2 suits.
Nice.
I got me a pantsuit and a skirt suit. And it's so funny because exactly what Andrea said a minute ago is when you start to get dressed and you feel better, it's like it gives you this other type of energy. And that's what it is. So when I bought the suits, I saw the suits and it was like, I'm gonna try them on.
Yeah.
And that's another thing with us. We're always in a hurry. I had so many clothes with tags in the closet just hanging there. And I tried them on and they did not fit. So I went ahead and because I felt so good in those suits and I had some beautiful dresses, right? Some other clothes and stuff and all with tags. And I gave them to my mom and I said, Mom, you know, I really want you to find women around this size and that size. And I want you to give them the opportunity to wear these dresses because I felt good.
Yeah.
You know, and some people don't have either the money or the time or they don't want, you're like, I'm not even going to try that on. I'm just going to go give me a pair of pants, you know?
Yeah.
And it gets real easy and easier and easier. I didn't have my first pair, like my actual running shoes because I always wore kids until I was probably like about 20. I only had 1 pair of shoes.
Yeah.
After that, tennis shoes. After that, I started buying all kinds of tennis shoes, but that was until I was 20. Now I got tennis shoes all over. So I purged. I could say I purged. And, my husband had said, he goes, man, you haven't dressed like that since you were like 23.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. But that's how long the hustle has been.
Hey, the new and upcoming Christina.
Nah, it's different, you know, because it's not that I want to play a part. You have to understand that, you know, when you're coming up, it's like sometimes you go to some hairdressers, you'll know, because you'll see some hairdressers. I remember one time I went to your shop and I was like, damn, your hair always looks on fleek. And the lady across, her hair was in a chongo and she was fixing someone's hair.
Hey, that was back then. Look at my hair now. That's what real estate has done to me.
Don't worry. If I take off my little piece, I'll be a little chongo too.
I ain't got time no more. I was like, let's go. Put it in a ponytail.
Yeah. Yes. No, but it changes you, the comfort,
Yes.
You'll get too comfortable. And then sometimes, I'm not going to go to the grocery store in the pajamas, but you do get to that extent of being comfortable, and that comfort it'll change you,
right.
Physically, morbidly, and so I said, you know what, if I really want to keep going a little bit further, because I came a long way already. I went from an 18 to like 14.
Oh, wow.
And so I've been sustaining it, and I'm good. And I want to stay there. I just want to stay there. But, so I know there's a lot of people on a New Year's resolution. And when you hit your goal, whatever the goal is, just do it to fit into the clothes, not to fit into the people. That is something that I said. They're like, oh my God,
like
that's it. Now she's doing surgery. She's going to start doing all this. No, I didn't do the surgery so that I could fit into the world of all that.
She's gonna start taking pictures by Lambos.
No, nah. Old cars maybe, but Lambos.
You're gonna see Christina in a pose like,
no. And it's funny because like I bring in a lot of red in the new year, because after Christmas, it said in the old times that if you use red all the way through February, you bring on a lot of love and energy and positive stuff. So then I bought a lot of red. So my husband went and, he bought a 49 red Cadillac convertible. It's so beautiful.
Nice.
And I like, shit. Okay. So red is the thing. Red is the thing, y'all. So y'all need to fall in love with red, fall in love with love, and love yourself first. But if you have any of those resolutions, just be kind to yourself. That's the first thing, is be kind. If you're kind to yourself, then love will happen. And you need to fall in love with yourself first.
Yeah. And one of my biggest resolutions is working on myself, working on the relationship, with God, and working on myself, because I feel whatever goes through me is going to go through everything else. So like whatever I'm feeding myself is what I'm going to feed my kids, people that I work with, people that I'm surrounding. So if you focus on yourself first, like, okay, how can, as moms, we always want to say, hey, how can I help my kids? How can I help whoever I'm going to help? But you got to help yourself first,
right? Because
through you is how you're going to be able to help everybody around you.
Right.
So if you don't take care of yourself, then everybody, if you're always tired, or if you're not sleeping good, or whatever it is, then what's going to go through you, it's always going to be the procrastination, like, oh, I don't care. So then everybody around you is going to be like, dang, every time I go around you, is like the energy is, it's all low, of that is energy. Everybody carries energy. So, and that's, I can pick up on people like, oh, okay, this person's going to be good. Or if it's a person like walking in like, oh, hey, or it's like, oh, heck no, I can't be around that because I move too much. But it's all of the energy. And you guys are all walking energy. So however you wake up in the morning, however you feel, if you're feeling bad, then that's the energy you're going to put out. People are going to get, you're going to be looking at them ugly, right, or whatever it is. And then things are going to start happening like, oh, why did I got hit or this? Well, because that's the energy that you put out. Right.
Jesus and I we were on the phone when I was on my way over here earlier, and I was driving this way and somebody just spun out and rushing, passing up cars, and they smacked into the wall. I said, oh my God, somebody just hit the wall. And you think about it, if you're always in a hurry, you're never going to get there. I always tell Andrea, the turtle always made it. the rabbit and the turtle always made it. He went slow and did it at his own pace, and he was able to succeed and still win. You'll still win. Just do it slow. I've been on my journey since May, and it is hard because some things you do get a lot of complications afterwards. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm just gonna go suck all this out and I'm done. No, it was hell. I didn't. They tell you, oh, you'll be up in a week. Shit.
You'll be washing dishes tomorrow.
Yeah, no, and that was not it at all. And And it was painful. It was very painful. And my thing, like I said, I had let myself go. I think the highest weight I was 330. And in the comments after this, I'm going to post a picture and you guys will not even think that that was me at the time. Wow. 330. You talk about, I was just a block like SpongeBob. And then the funny thing is in Hispanic women's, your derriere gets humongous. So that's what I had to go get taken out, was a lot of that there and the belly. And so I guess because I had a double procedure is why it was so hard, because I took out a lot of fat. I could have used it and put it somewhere else, but nah, I wouldn't have made it. I don't think that, they were like, yeah,
hook this stuff over
I don't think I would have made it that far. I think you really need to seek a good doctor and stuff. But on my journey, it's been good and I want to continue. And so now that it's the new year and we made it through the new year, now we're going to start. And I told Andrea, let me feel good. Let me get ready. Let me get right. Yes, I have a lot that I could share. Yes, I have a whole bunch of information to share with people. But the thing is that I had to be mentally prepared and emotionally ready. Mm-hmm. If you are not, you can always be mentally prepared, but if you are not emotionally ready, it's going to show. Oh, yeah. It's going to show. And your confidence level sucks and everything is just wrong. You don't want to pass that vibe on to somebody. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, well, you know what? Let's just wait till the new year. And I made it. That's good. So we're here, and so
we're happy to have you.
Yeah, Christina Michelle,
the recharge, Christina.
Yeah, Christina Michelle, girl, she's here, and so it's really funny because coming into the new year, we know so much. We mm-hmm. know so much. I mean, Andrea, she knows hair, everything that she knows, real estate, everything. When you have multitasked person, you are different people. Yes. Because you have different personalities and different ways of handling people. So you can vibe very different with different people. So it's very important that, you stay embraced in yourself. So what you're sharing is good. The vibes that, like she said, you walk in with the funky face, you're like, yeah, hey, what's up?
I'll be like, girl, the door's right there. Yes.
Yeah. So we've been planning a couple meetups. Yes. We're going to start once a month. We're going to be having lunch, and we're asking any individual that just wants to join us with lunch. We'll send you the menu wherever we're going to eat, and you guys can meet up with us at lunch. We're going to have like free masterminds. So yeah, we decide that's
anybody
one way.
Can come. Yeah. Come and join us, and let's just talk. Yeah. Let's mastermind and see what happens.
Yeah. So
what connections come out from there.
Yes, I know. So what we figured, just what we have a little free event, everybody get there and just go a la carte and we all go our way. No, nobody's responsible for nobody.
Right.
I hope you like what we eat.
But I want to make it fun. So I was telling Christina that what I wanted to do was kind of like, those events and adventures, but for single people. Mm-hmm. But this is going to be for like real estate. Like if anybody, so next month, this month we'll have, obviously lunch, mm-hmm. but then the following month we could, do something, go-karting or golf or whatever. We'll think of something, but we want to do something fun. Mm-hmm. Now, everyone's going to take care of their own bill. Like, mm-hmm. We're not going to pay for you guys, but if you want to come and join us at whatever, activity we're doing at that moment, come and join us. It'll be fun. I feel like that's the way. This year, I want to meet new people, right? Mm-hmm. See, we can change people's lives. I mean, I feel like everyone has something to give, mm-hmm. and we have something to give, but I'm sure you guys have something to offer anybody else around it, ourselves, and just somebody. You may know something that can change somebody, Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. And we'll see.
Yeah. And we want to do things that are fun for the simple fact that we never take time out. No. We take time out to do our nails, our hair, our lashes, but never just to laugh. Yeah. And laughter is the best medicine. Yes. It is the best medicine. It irons out the wrinkles,
Sure. Well, I don't know, because I laugh a lot and I got a lot of wrinkles.
It's good wrinkles. It's good wrinkles. Mm-hmm. But, it's really good to be able to just get out there and have that friend that is willing to go jump on a golf cart, willing to go skydive.
Yes. Okay. If you guys have not gone out or hung out with me.
I said, oh my God, Andrea, I'm going to die halfway down, we're
going to have to sign waivers.
If Christina dies, like shit, girl.
We're not responsible.
We're not responsible for Christina having a heart attack on the way down. No, but I said, you know what? Fine. We can do it. And and that's what we want to do. We want to bring that kind of community together, you know, because business doesn't always, it's serious when it comes down to the money parts and stuff, but you can't forget the other part, the laughter, you know, and the sharing. And so this is the best way we could share and give back, because some people did reach out and they're like, hey, when are you going to do something? You know, what's your next move? Yeah. Well, it's like, okay, well, you know, I have things coming up, but, you know, it's like, you know, we got to get it together, because a lot of people will say, hey, I want to go, and then they don't show up, and you're like, dude, but I'm still going to be on the golf cart. I don't care.
I mean, it's whoever wants to come. Yeah. But we would like to get a head count before, like who's coming, just so we can know, like, hey, if the capacity is going to allow us to do that. But yeah, I'm excited. I think this is going to be fun.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. And then, you guys, I'm going to have my actual first event on the 27th of January. No. I'm going to be I'll be actually having some training classes and stuff. And a lot of it is not just going to be real estate, because like I said, I've been in finance for so long, and then I do the loans, the lending, and finance, and that's exactly where I want to be. You know, I've been in real estate so long that I'm not saying that I'm just tired of it. I know so much and I've done so much. It becomes a time in your life. People are like, oh my God, Christina, it seems like when you've made so much money, you just don't want to make money anymore. It's not that. You're at a cap. Honestly, I feel I feel like the government retired me. Like, there you go. You can't work no more, because if you do, we're going to take all your money anyway. Like, shit, you know? So, but I'm going to be having a couple of training courses. If you guys want to come, there are going to be some boot camps. And if you're interested, make sure to inbox me and I will send you what the schedule looks like. But it's going to be a lot of things about going over the LLCs, going over trusts, going over life insurance policies, going over different things. At the boot camp that I am having, it's going to be pretty much, you know, pulling the credit report, going over it, showing you what it is. And then, you know, we also have like a 12-month, we call it a 12-month membership program, where we're going to go through the whole, it's a boot camp. So it's an annual boot camp, because your credit's not going to be fixed within 30 days. And then you have to understand what is the difference between your business credit and your personal credit. Your personal credit has to be right. So that you can start your business credit, because what they are, the collateral of the new business is you first. So they're going to go by what you've done and what you have, and then you can start your business credit. But once you get that credit right, then you're going to be able to excel into buying bigger things. And I'm telling you, because my son's he's barely going to be 30 years older. He's 30. Shit, I forgot. I don't know, 93. He's going to be 30 this year.
Which son?
Ephraim. And my son, all of them.
I don't know why.
No, the oldest one is 30. Chill. I don't know. I got adults.
They're big boys.
They're big boys. But anyway, I mean, I feel great that we've led them into journeys that they understood where these things come from, and they didn't start the way we started. You know, we always made sure that they were going to handle up on their own credit, their own things. I mean, for somebody at that age to be able to go get, you know, several $1 million loans and different things like that at good rates. At good rates. It's very important. So there's ways to be very strategic with those things. And so my son, you know, kudos to him. I want to congratulate him on the 2 new whatever properties that he's already gotten. And the thing is that, you know, because we're moving forward, you know, we're moving forward, and that's where you want to build your kids. That's one thing I always tell Andrea, man, bank on your kids, Andrea. Let them be what they want to be, of course.
Hey, I'm trying to bank on my daughter's credit.
Yeah, that is what it is.
We're like pulling credit cards because we need them.
No, but see, Andrea opted into that. She opted into that, and she's doing it. And you know, her husband, he reads everything. You know, dot line, fuzzy line, you know, whatever. Why is there a clouded paper?
Hey, he even pulls out the little mark. Let's go. Right. Just kidding.
No, but that's a good thing, because my husband's the same way. He reads it really thoroughly. You know, we were just signing some bank papers, and I missed something, and he saw it, and then I saw something else. But we both have different things that we look at.
I agree.
And you know, I'm looking at the wording, and he's looking at the signatures, and I'm like, you know. So it's kind of like, you know, you can back each other up that way, and that's the best way to be. And so, so yeah.
And I just want to say, guys, you guys don't want to miss out, because Christina knows it all. I mean, she does events and she puts different people in different panels, and she knows everything. So I'm like, hey, why the heck are you bringing us? Like, she should start, but you guys should definitely take advantage from somebody who's lived it all, like literally from back then, knows all about LLCs, knows all about loans, knows all about, real estate, all different owner finance. So guys, do not take advantage of this. Take advantage, because I learned so much from her all the time, and she's an open book. So you guys, and I'm sure once you guys become part of the community, it's like, hey, whatever, you want to know this, you want to know that. I'm sure she's going to be very open, because it's like her own community. So that's great.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
One of the main things is that I know, like the last panel that we had, a lot of people stayed very shocked. They're like, oh my God, like we learned so damn much. That was just a free panel we had. But the thing is that if I know somebody who can share great information with you, I want to introduce you to that person. I want to introduce you to people that are really able to help you, not just upsell you on something. I want you to learn. I want to see, you know what? My legacy will end, by life, but it's going to continue by the life I've given people. I could give anybody $5,000, but what I give you in knowledge, you will carry for years and years and years. And I think that is more important than me giving somebody a loan or whatever. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're already in a debt, you're going to fall more into debt. But let me teach you how to be able to keep your money and not owe me or not owe anybody else. There's bad debt and there's good debt. Like if you have a lot of property or different things like that are paid off, and you have, you could have better things. You know what I'm saying? There's people that have old properties and it's killing them. It's killing them. They don't understand their life is pawned in these properties.
Right.
If you sit down and just hear me, you will understand where I'm coming from, because it's a long story. But when you understand what happens when you just leave your money sitting in one place, it really just deteriorates just as much as the business, the buildings and all that does. If you keep up with it, fine, but you're always putting money in it. But if you're not structured right, guess what? You're double paying. I just had a friend of mine tell me last night. I just called her just to shoot the shit. I was like, hey, I'm calling you because I just wanted to bug somebody. So I called you.
So Andrea never answers. So
yeah, I know. So she was like, oh my God, and I'd be your favorite person. She was like, yeah. So we started talking, and she was telling me about, her photography business and what she's doing. And she's like, hey, well, yeah, maybe in March, I want to see how serious I am about this business. And in March, I'm going to go ahead and start my LLC and all this stuff. I said, but why are you waiting till March if you're already making money? She goes, I don't want to pay all the taxes. I said, the taxes? I said, you've been buying all this stuff out of pocket. You've been doing all this out of pocket. You have no write-offs. You have nothing.
Yep.
You're going to be double. She goes, no, girl, I've just been getting paid cash. I said, listen, they're investigating Zelle and PayPal. They're going to find it. And if you don't
warn me
claim
about that too.
Yeah. And if I will tell you, because it happened to one of my family members that, he was sending money, to his girlfriend. He was receiving money from jobs, different things. They kicked him out of the bank. Not 1, 2, because money was moving. Like, they're like, where in the hell's all this money? And I'm talking about,
like, how's this kid making all this money from Zelle?
Yeah. What's going on? Because, what is this for? And so, it was a mess. So if you think that, Zelle is a convenience, it is, but not for us. It's for them to be able to track what we're doing. And so, they could track me all they want. They're going to see all my bills.
Gotta just bury your money.
Okay? Yeah, I'm damn near. No, but it's different things. So then I told her, I said, hey, I just want to explain this to you. And, she was like, oh, well, I didn't think so. I said, yeah, it's just because people think that, they don't want to do things because they don't want to pay more in taxes, but you write off so much more. It's kind of like the people that went and they bought a house, because of the 3%, which is great. You got a longer term, lesser interest, but you bought the house so high. So it's just really numbers in reverse, just the payments lower over here, but it's really in reverse. You know how they say, what's difference between, a ton of feathers and a ton of bricks? It's the same shit.
I was like, I don't know the difference. I was waiting for you to answer. I'm like, what is it?
Oh my god! But yeah, girl, yeah, I know because you looked at me real serious. Andrea, it's the same thing. No, but it just because it looks easier. It's not. It's the same thing. And as long as you educate yourself the right way. Mm-hmm. And be prepared. I tell everybody, find yourself. If you really want to go headstrong in real estate and stuff like that, yes, you need a coach or a mentor, but make sure that it's not somebody that's just read books, somebody that does have experience. I don't care if they had a loss. I would go with somebody that had a loss, right? Because if they're still working and they're doing something, mm-hmm. guess what? They did something right. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing. People are like, well, I hear the same thing and da-da-da-da. Sometimes people's stories are very important. They're very important because those are caution signs and stop signs. And you need to understand that when people share their story, it's because they're being genuinely honest, because people do not like to show the negative side of their business. They just want to show the big flashy side. And I think that's what you need to be aware of the people that are only showing what's good. I will always share what's bad. Oh my God, this happened. Oh my God, mm-hmm. because it can happen and you never know, and it could be medically, emotionally, or financially, whichever one. It could just happen. And that's why I'm like an open book. I share shit. I went to a thing and a guy said, yeah.
You gave me an idea about something.
Go for it.
I was just thinking, like, how we put some videos, we should probably, I was like, share a loss or mm-hmm. something bad that happened that week that could mm-hmm. help somebody and avoid that problem. Because trust me, shit's always happening. I mean, all the time. And I'm always constantly learning. I'm mm-hmm. always calling. I'm like, hey, Christine, you know what this is? But
Merp.
I know. I was like, girl, hold on. Let me look at this email. But because I'm always constantly getting hit with new stuff. And I'm like, I got hit with my first unemployment. And you can say things are getting serious over here.
You're growing. It's growth.
It's growth. I'm like, okay. But things like that are unexpected. And, it's, if you see like a video and you put it out there, hey, look, this is how I handle mm-hmm, it,
Mm-hmm. Like and that's what we want. And that's what we want to mastermind with. So those that can come and openly sit there with us and talk openly, and that'll be a place where you can actually get a true question answered, true. Yes. By experience. Mm-hmm. That's the main thing. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And you'll get a very, very open answer. Mm-hmm. Too open if you ask me.
It's like I tell people. It's like I tell people, if I can't help you, I will find somebody that can. And that's always been the thing. I think it's very important. I have a friend that called me from California and she has property here. And she's like, hey, I really need to get some stuff refinanced and stuff like that. The credit score is super freaking low. And then I'm like, look, you're going to have to fix these 2-3 things. You're going to need about, 2-3 months to fix it. Mm-hmm. She's like, well, my thing is expiring. Her loan is expiring at the end of January. Why call me now?
Right.
Why call me now? And then she went to 4 different people that all of them just kept pulling her credit and pulling her credit and pulling her credit. I'm like, oh my God, you could have been looking at it yourself. Mm-hmm. Show them your credit, print it out and then show them, can you work with this? Be honest. This is what I have. And that some people will look at it and tell you, hey, no, before they pull it, right? Before they pull it, and that's an option that you have. And that's why, at the boot camp that I'm going to have, it's because I want, you to be able to pull your credit, look at it, and then we could talk about it. But then we'll be having like weekly Zooms for, the steps of what we're going on. So it's a process, but it's for people that really want to go somewhere, because there's people out there truly with a credit score of 552 to 520, 480, and they have money, but they don't have leverage. Mm-hmm. You can only get so far with $100. You can only get so far with $200,000. If you had good credit, you could have took that $200,000 or even $100,000 and put that down on a humongous property that's bringing you 3 times the money versus one little property that's eating you up alive. Single family homes are great, but if I have 5 houses at $200,000, that's $1 million. I could go buy $1 million property that has maybe 5 to 10 units.
20.
Yeah, 20 or whatever. But realistically today, about 10, 15 units.
I'm looking for that.
Yeah, 10, 15 units. And you could be drawing 15.
I remember we got a 20 unit under contract for $1 million.
No way. Shoot, girl. I'm working on a 21 unit right now. But when you talk about,
over, though.
Girl, but when you talk about airships, MERP, airships, all this stuff, it becomes probate. It becomes so crazy. So crazy. I used to, being Hispanic, we didn't talk about, death. We didn't want to really talk about it. My grandma kind of just took care of everything. But a lot of her friends, girl, their kids are just losing the properties because you can't do anything. They just say they take it. You can legally not do anything, if it's not written. So it's been trifling. It's trifling.
The government is very trifling.
It's trifling.
It didn't come from me though.
No, but they did retire me. No, but one of the things is that you have to understand. Who gave my earring ojo?
Dang, I don't wear earrings. So
Let me fix my earring. I'm over here probably because I'm head bobbing a lot. But yeah, I'm head bobbing. There, it'll stay. No, guys, but yeah, we have a lot of things. I know a lot of people have a lot of different challenges for the new year.
Yes.
A lot of people went through, a lot of people, to any of my friends that, had a loss in a family member, I really send out all my condolences. It was not the time for the year to have family members pass. There was like maybe 8 of them, and I really send my condolences seriously. And I feel it,
Yeah.
I feel that.
And another topic I wanted to bring up too, because I see it happening a lot, is depression. People, if you're out and just, it's a lot of people are depressed, you know, right now, since 2020, a lot of people have not even recovered, they got families and it's happening so much that it's very common now. Like, oh, hey, yeah, just kill myself. It's giving people options now. Yeah. And so that's why, you guys, you want to surround yourself with people that are living hey, I want to strive to do this, or I want to strive because that's what gives you life. Right. Striving for something or trying to accomplish something is what wakes you up in the morning. So find something, because I'll tell you this, people that are at home every day, don't got nothing going on, just waking up, watching TV. Oh, there's all that. I'm going to do it tomorrow. You're going to hit a state of depression because you're going to wake up oh my God, what am I doing? And so this is a new year. Start fresh, make some goals, healthy goals for your life. Even if it's just reading the Bible, 1 page a day, feed your soul with good stuff, because if you're not feeding it with good stuff, that the enemy is going to just trickle in that mind and just, hey, why are you living? There's no purpose here. You don't got nothing going on. Look at you. You're a big loser. You're sitting here no, I'm not. So, and that's how they want to have you. The enemy wants to have you. So learn to put life into your life, like Christina said, she's going to wake up to dress better. That's she's adding life into her life.
Into my life.
Something to wake up to look forward. So find things to make you look so you can wake up in the morning and you can I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to trying this new suit that I haven't been able to get, it's just been in the corner. Or I'm looking forward to try this new diet. And if you break the diet, who cares? Try it again.
Do it again.
You don't know how many times I fell and try it again. It's just the whole point is don't give up. Yeah. Keep on trying. Eventually, it will stick. Yeah. And that's why I feel like a lot of people start in January and by February they're done because they're like, oh, I already messed up my diet. Oh, well, screw it. I'll try again next year. No. All right, I screwed up. Let me screw up some more. Let me order another cheeseburger. And then, start again. Start again next week and try it again. If you screw it over, try it again until you finally do it. Yeah. And that's a way where you're like, okay, just don't give up on trying to better yourself. Yeah. That's something that you should never give up on, because I feel like people are like, well, I tried watching motivational videos for 10 days. It's not working. It's not working. Don't give up. I mean, you're always doing something stupid all the time and you don't give up on that. So always strive on working on yourself, even if nothing is happening internally, it eventually will happen. Slowly, you'll start to see a difference, but just don't give up on working on yourself for the better.
Yeah. Another thing is you have to really pick your reality. And the reason why I say you have to pick your reality is a lot of people watch Bling Empires and all these fancy empires. Yeah. So you
I don't know.
No, but they watch all these reality shows. Let that be their reality and not yours. Stay in your reality.
That is just depression.
Yeah, it causes a lot of depression when, and I'll tell you sometimes, I mean, me myself, I see pictures, I'm like, I wish my husband was like that. And I'll show him pictures. Why can't you do that? He's like, because I ain't over there. I'm paying all these bills.
Know. The first time I told my, why can't you? Like, well, why can't you do this?
I know. I'm like, okay, never mind.
Call it quits here. I'll go back to the office.
Touche.
That's funny.
No, but true. You have to pick your reality. And if you pick your reality, it'll be much easier for you. And that's where they say you kind of do your timeline, your goals. My first goal is start walking. Okay, maybe not every day, every other day. If you're not walking every other day, well, I'll just stretch. Whatever it is, just kind of,
do something.
Do some type of release. Just stretch your body, walk, do whatever. Just do something. But start with baby steps, because it is very hard to climb from here to here, there to there.
Yeah.
You have to understand that anything that comes fast is not appreciated, and it's not understood. And I will tell you that so many times with me yo-yo dieting, because when I was younger, I can get it.
Okay, what's yo-yo dieting?
Yeah, you go, up and down like the yo-yo, So, you're yo.
Is that an actual diet?
Girl, yeah, it is though, because people are always going up and down, with their weight and their diets, but it's okay. Always understand that everything that goes down has to come back up. So, it's going to be okay, or up and down, whichever. But the thing is that you have to understand, if you take baby steps, you will appreciate it much more than if you get there fast. Anything that's given is never appreciated. A lot of people, I had like 5 or 6 people inbox me and tell me that when I had my surgery that I cheated. I did not cheat. You don't understand.
Why you gotta be such a hater? Golly.
I knew my body. I knew what I needed to do.
That is
and
so
I
funny.
did it, and I didn't go and do everything else, but I just.
Well, at least you tried something.
I know. I did.
It's trying.
Yeah,
something.
But I did. Even my doctor told me I cheated, girl. I was like, but guess what?
You're smiling more. You're happy more. If it took that, then that's what it took.
It took that because it was some pain, and I was like, I can't do this shit again, and I did it.
Should not be like. And see, that's what I hate about people. Hey, instead of saying, "Hey, Christina, congratulations," because she's smiling more. No, instead they want to take that frown. Like, oh, she's laughing. Let me tell her, hey, girl, you cheated. So then she can feel bad. Why y'all be like that, man? That's not nice. Come on. I'm like that.
She gonna get you.
It's just that people are so like that's just wrong. Like, be happy for people that they're happy,
and they'll say it. But the thing is
Who
that
was it, girl? Tell me.
I'm not gonna tell you. We'll go to lunch. No, but one of the things is that it was a way for me. I knew exactly what I wanted out. I wanted low, I wanted smaller, and I wanted out, and that's all I needed. I said, this will give me the first pickup to go forward. Yeah. And it did. It really, really did. It's changed.
It turned that no into on.
Yeah. On, girl. It's on. It's on. But yeah, if y'all missed it, it was from last week. And anybody that ever told me no, I took it. I took that no and flipped it upside down. And I said, shit, it's on. And that's the thing. And that's my lifestyle. That is me. And I think a lot of you need to really practice that. When someone tells you no, unless it's really bad, just go for it. Just try it anyway. If people, I've always said, look, if you've always wanted to be a doctor or some type of person in health, go and become a fitness trainer, something easier for you, because you may not have that 4, 5, 10 year commitment, and you have something shorter and you just do it. People, we don't have time to go to school to become realtors. So we do what we do in wholesaling, investing, and do other things. You ain't going to tell us no. Right. We're going to do it anyway.
Oh, we'll go around it.
We go all the way around. Like,
I'll become realtor, inspector, everything. I'm like, what else?
No, but that's the thing. You just can't let nobody stop you. You have to go for what you want, but you do need to surround yourself with people that are like-minded, goal-oriented, and are in it
action
for your
takers.
good. Action takers.
Action takers is what you need, because you got sometimes the people that are like, yeah, learn about this, learn about that, but they're not taking no action.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so you need to surround with action takers, so that way you feel like, hey, let me get in there too.
And I want to make you understand this, or help you to understand this. Just because people are out there smiling and they look so happy, those are the most depressed people. Okay. I saw one guy, a poor TikTok guy,
TikTok.
Right? TikTok. What was it? TikTok.
TikTok.
Oh, TikTok.
TikTok.
TikTok guy, he committed suicide, and and they were always on there dancing and looked so happy.
Oh yeah, that guy. That was sad.
That was really sad.
That really kind of shook me, and I didn't even know the guy, but just to see how happy he was, and I'm like, dang, you can't.
Yeah, it's mental health, guys. You have to really learn how to meditate and get out of your head.
Take some gummies.
Yeah, take some gummies. Yeah, but you've got to get out of your head. You really do. And I tell you, for the simple fact that I went through a lot of different things emotionally growing up, and even in my adulthood. You feel like I want to get there and I can't get there, and it was a struggle for me to get different places. But I said, no, I'm just going to do something else. Okay, I can't do that right now. I'll come back to it. I never close the door. I will always come back to it. And the reason is that you have to be a go-getter. A true go-getter does not quit. They just go and, do something else and come back and take care of it. A lot of people say you can't open another door unless you close one. I ain't worried. I want to have all kinds of doors open for me. I don't need to walk through.
I'll make my damn door.
There's only one stairway going up. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But there's plenty of doors that I can open. Whether they're open or shut, it doesn't matter. But I like to build revolving doors because I like to come back to what I do. When real estate started to slow down, I was very blessed and fortunate that I have, the lending and the hardware store and the fabrication companies. I've always had different revenues coming in. And I've always told Andrea, don't just do one thing. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Have something else. It's not easy. No. But if it's costing you, let it go. If it's making you money and sustaining itself, it's okay. The biggest blessing is going to come out later. A lot of the businesses that I have, I keep them simply because of the real estate.
Yeah.
When I'm ready to retire out, you could always sell the business and then lease them the real estate, and you still have the same income coming in, believe it or not. In retail, you don't make that much off of it. It's what we're gaining in the property and through the process. That is where that is at. But speaking on that, I mean, it's not very hard to get into real estate. It can be very easy, but it's steps. And it's the steps where maybe you want to become what they call a bird dog. I like to call them finders. I don't like to call nobody a dog, but bird dog. So I'd rather have them as a locator or a finder for us or whatever, send them out, let them go locate the people, come back, do the contracts, that's how we pretty much started, was finding the properties. Believe it or not, that is exactly how I started, because I was a landlord and I had a lot of friends in business, and they were like in concrete companies doing hard labor.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, you understand that all this money that you're just spending on drinking and partying and barbecues and all this stuff, you could be investing. And so I started working actually with AC and Maryland and all them, because that's how I met them. That's how I met them, was looking for properties for my buyers. And once you have a buyer in your pocket, now you can go out and look for deals. It doesn't have to be you. So basically, was I a bird dog? I was probably a bird dog for a good year or two. But guess what? My money was adding up, and that was a lot of work.
There was no marketing. You had to pay for marketing.
Yeah,
that's good.
And back then, I didn't have to. Back then there wasn't marketing, there wasn't CRMs, there wasn't anything. Everything was, damn, I'm the beeper day, tablets and writing.
Tablets.
Yeah. So it was a step for me. So from there, I got to, because it was like, my husband didn't understand what I was trying to get into. He never does, but he didn't understand what I was trying to get into. So when I before I actually took AC Ramos's class back then, it was like I was already kind of doing things, but I didn't understand really what I was doing. You could be doing things and not understand what the hell you're doing. You're just a little mouse on a wheel. You're just turning and turning and turning. So then I was able to get off of that little wheel, and I started buying these properties for myself. And then once I started buying them for myself, we made them rentals and rentals. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on, I was buying properties for, I think the cheapest one I got for AC was $12,000. I still have that rented. Nice. You know, $1,200 a month. I still have it rented, and I bought it for $1,100 a month. $1,100 a month, and it's been since 2000. I don't know what years. You know, so that house has already paid itself off, and it just keeps paying it off. Now, when I'm ready to really either do something with it, then I can create a note on it and pull all my equity out, because now that house is worth about $200,000.
You can refi and then create a note.
Refi it, create a note, let it pay itself off by the renter. If I ever want to sell it, then I just sell the note and sell it, you know, however I want to do it, you know, offer a seller finance. And that's where I try to secure myself. And I've done it more patiently. I think when I started to slow down is when I started to really excel and grow, because I was not leaving the bags of money behind me. I was actually carrying one at a time to get to where I needed, that we grew. And it was a struggle, but I learned. So now when people come at me and they tell me all these things, and I'm like, you know, you live in the hustle world. And I'm not in the hustle world no more. Sometimes you have to understand when you want to get off of that little hamster wheel, because you can be a wholesaler all your damn life.
Yep.
Live until you know what? When you're a wholesaler, when you live to the next contract to close, that's living check to check. It is. It's no different. You may make more, you may not make more. Right. But in a reality, you are living check to check. Now, when you start getting rental properties and you structure them correctly, you know, where Boris had said, buy some, sell some, keep some, because you have to make sure you don't give it all out. You got to keep something for you, you know? So that's very important. And along the way, hearing everybody talk, you know, I listen very hard, because it has to make sense. And like I said, I started off as a bird dog finder or whatever. Then I started buying property. Then, you know, I started selling them even higher, because now they were mine. I was flipping and fixing and flipping. That's when it was in the market to fix and flip. Right. Now that's really not there. Now it's time to really just keep what you can find at a cheap price, if you find it, you know, or if not, seller finance, you know, however it works. But I started there, and then I started in commercial. I really always had commercial. I didn't realize how big commercial was. I just didn't. But we started buying apartment complexes when we were 18, 19 years old, not knowing what we were doing, you know? And so now that we're buying bigger things, it's like, okay, but now I buy more warehouses and commercials because I use them for our stores, you know, and now that's a bigger thing for me. And, you know, as you go along, you grow, and that's what has happened. It's been those steps, you know. I don't just play a checker game. I play the chess game. You know, I don't gamble, and I look at things and I make sure that, you know, my next move makes sense. It's going to be a very patient move, you know, because patience is the goal to success. If I try to run there and get there, I may not make it. So, you know, I'm going to run out of breath. And if I go patiently and I walk there and I get there, I'm going to make it, and I'm going to appreciate the journey. I mean, that's at least what I think.
Yes.
That's what I think.
But it's like you have to enjoy the journey. Like one of the things that I said, you know, I want to do is every day we should enjoy it, even if it's a bad, like, just because we tend to get lost in our business. Like things don't go our way, things go down, and it's kind of like our mind shuts off from the world. So we're just like, that bad thing happened, so here your baby could be doing this or could doing that, and you're just like, whatever, because you already had that. No, we should, you know, have that moment of we're upset, move on, control your emotions, move on. Hey, there's still another 10 hours of the day. Enjoy those 10 hours,
right,
you know?
Right.
So just enjoy. And that's something that I'm also just kind of living by. It's just enjoy every moment, every hour. And that way, when you go to sleep, you can at least say, you know what? I lived today to the fullest. And I feel like that's living to the fullest every day. Being intentional about what is it you want to do. Hey, I want to go and have fun, so I'm going to go do that. Hey, I want to go read this book because I want to learn. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I want to learn about this. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Everything is just a decision away. Nothing is out of our hands that, oh, if you want to get real estate, oh, there's no way I can do that. Why not? We started off just like you did, and we're doing it now. It's all a decision.
Right.
So make decisions that are going to move you forward to your destiny, but in a good way, and then also mentally, you know, in a good way.
Yeah. And one thing that I can't tell nobody, I go to a lot of these places where they give a sad song. You know, I had to cross a border. I got this. I got that. I've enjoyed my journey along the way. I've had some crazy shit happen to me, but I'll tell you what, I laugh every time I talk about it because I've done some crazy shit in my life, but you know, I can say that I lived my life to the fullest. You know, I'm 50 and I have lived my life to the fullest. I've seen the places I've wanted to see. You know, I still have a couple more I want to go to, but I'm too chicken to go. I'm like, I don't want to be held hostage. My husband's like, man, they're going to throw your ass right back. They don't want you, you know, but when you think about all those things, you know, you have to understand that you only have one shot at life. Okay. You don't have 3, 4, 5 shots. Just live life. But, it's like they one time told me, you know, rags to riches. I don't know what rags are because as long as I was clothed, I had clothes on my back and food in my mouth. I was doing well. There's people that don't have anything. Right. And I'm not going to sell nobody some big story. And this is where I was. I'm going to make myself look real low to show you that I'm a multimillionaire today. I ain't going to do that. No, because my happiest days was when I was broke. That's the truth. Because I appreciated everything. Not that I don't appreciate nothing. I just don't care for shit no more.
It's just different because everything you were getting, it was like, yes, it felt good. It felt good. You know, you've reached a place where it's like, I've had it all. But, you know, so now that you're moving forward to that mortgage because it's new, that finds some happiness because it's like a new
something new to do. Yeah.
You know, like, so there's always, like you say, you got to find something.
You got to find something different
to keep you going.
Yeah. And you have to find different ways of doing the same thing. Okay. If all you do is go to work and you'd clock in and you walk to your post or whatever, say hi along the way. You'll feel better. You know, find somebody to say hi to. You know, just a hello will help you more than what it will help another person. Because sometimes we're so isolated in ourselves that we shut down and we're sheltered and then we become introverts and you don't understand why.
And it's whenever you feel bad when you should do something nice to somebody else. And you would see like, wow, I don't like, it's going to change how you feel inside.
Even about yourself. Even about yourself.
Challenge. Yeah. That's a January challenge.
That's the January challenge. Do something nice. It'll make you feel better. I think that's important. And if you do that thing once a month, I had said about a jar. I put a post about a jar. Put one thing in a jar that you were proud of or happy about, or one good change that you did. If you have to have 10 jars, my change jar, my happy jar, my sad jar, I quit this jar and
my
I started
jar.
That jar, whatever it is, start those different jars. And then at the end of and at the end of the year, read them. Because that is your journal.
Or the month.
Yeah.
Or the week. So that way you can keep your progress.
Yeah, and you
start
keep progress.
New week.
Yeah, every month read it. Read it every month. Not at the end of the year, at the end of the month. And just put it aside. I don't care if you got a big gallon Ziploc bag or a bingo bag. Whatever it is, just throw them in there. So at the end of the year, you can look at it. Along all my little feathers.
I'm like... Dude, it's funny because I have like ADD, and as soon as I saw that, I felt like my head just got that attention.
It just made me laugh because you know what's so funny? This is funny as hell. It just flashed me back. I think when I met you, right? Or I don't know if you remember me, I had this long, expensive ass, I don't know what kind of fucking coat it was. Sorry. That kind of coat. It was some long coat, like a fur coat. Man, I thought I was the shiznag. I really...
I don't know. I think if it would have been me, I would have said something.
I think you would have. You would have probably combed it or cut the hair.
Start trimming the coat.
Trim the coat.
Give it a haircut.
It was so funny. I always had my big old leather boots. I mean, people probably thought I was a Comanche or something. An Indian out there slut. Oh my God, girl. I look back at some of my pictures. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell were you thinking? I mean, I was blinged out to the bone, and I'm like, oh my God. Yes, it was so stupid. My husband asked me the other day, because we went through our safe, and he was like, you never go and just pick up any of your jewelry, wear it. I was like, where am I going to put it? Like, I feel like a Christmas tree. Like, no, like, you learn after a while, you feel like a fool. You feel foolish wearing those things and driving a car that overheats on the side of the road. You feel foolish. You feel foolish having an iPhone, but you won't pay $300 for car insurance, and you wreck, or $100 and you wreck, and now you ain't got a car, but you got a phone to call to get to where you got to go. It's the way you balance yourself. Think about
what you pay for and invest in.
Yes, how you invest in yourself is what's important. And like I said, I will never sell you a sad story to look better today. I will tell you the wild shit that has happened in my life and where I ended up, because that's what happens. You end up somewhere, and I ended up where I'm at. The Amazon guy ended up where he's at, but because he had his thing, but you never hear him say, "Oh, I was broke." No, it just happens.
This is where we ended up. Everybody starts.
Where we end up.
I feel like it don't matter where you come from. Everyone starts from the bottom.
Yes.
Right? Like, it don't matter if your past was, I mean, yes, it does, but no one cares until you're at the top.
Until you're at the top.
Because everyone starts from the bottom to the top.
Yeah. So if y'all want to get to the top,
holla at your girl.
Holla at me. No, but seriously, I'd love to work with some people and, see where you're at. And, I'm very excited because we're going to be opening up Jensen. The building's almost done. We were just waiting on the last of the inspections and stuff. That was hell, but it's good, and it's overcoming things. You have to be an overcomer, and I love that song, but you have to be an overcomer. And, execution for me is everything. Anything you have in your mind, you must execute the idea. Okay. And that's one thing that I do tell people. You tell me and I execute. That's all I do. You tell me what to do and I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to try to reinvent the wheel. I'm going to do exactly what you tell me to do and trust that you're telling me the right way and do it. And it's worked. It's worked for me. I hope something like that could work for you, because I can't change nobody. I don't want to change anybody.
Right.
I just want to help people get to where they want to go. And we were planning on having like a vision board and more like, a little bit more where we can talk and help women get through some things or whatever. But we're going to plan on that maybe for February. And
like a Valentine's lunch or something.
Yeah, something like that. But we have ideas. We'll put a schedule out there and we'll see where it goes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we'll see you guys next Wednesday. And we still plan on bringing a lot of great people on board.
Hey, but we're great.
I know. Yes, we are great. Of course.
Yeah. And we need to send prayers out to Lewis, because 2x4, he was going to come out today, but he ended up getting COVID. Oh my God, this COVID, guys, it's still out there. It's still out there. If you're going to be in a big group, wear your mask or put Vicks in your nose.
I think I got COVID already too many times.
Yeah, COVID's tired of us already. No.
Like, hey, these girls are not going to
learn. We're COVIDians, man. But the thing is that, take care, be careful. More than anything, be careful with the babies. Yeah. There's a lot of babies out there coughing, running, fevers and stuff. And that stuff's not good for them, because they're taking a lot of Tylenol and different kind of, things in their little bodies. And, you just don't want to do that. So take care of your babies, take care of yourselves, and, have a happy new year.
Happy New Year, guys. And we'll see y'all next time. So don't forget, next Wednesday, where did we say we were going to do it?
We haven't said it yet. We'll put it on. If you want to go, inbox us, and
we'll put the date.
We'll put it on the Building Empires.
We'll put it out there in your post.
We'll just put it out there. We'll put it out there in the comments, and y'all can check, because if I put it in the comments, you'll see it. But I'll definitely inform you. I'll let y'all know where we're going.
All right. See you guys next time. Bye.